Welcome back to Suffer Squared,
where two South Africans are broadcasting from around the world.
Our theme tonight is what people cannot live without.
Enjoy the show! Good evening, Mouzee listeners, and welcome to our show tonight. You are listening to myself, DJ Claudia, and DJ Joe.
You are listening to us on 103.5 Trang and 103.75 Hat Yai.
You can also stream us on www.mouzeeradio.blogspot.com.
The song that played us in tonight is by Bruno Mars, Locked Out of Heaven, one of his new releases.
The topic for tonight's show is what people can't live without.
So to start us off, what you cannot live without in general is air,
water,
food,
clothes,
shelter,
and education.
Bam!
Thank you, ma'am. The reason why we chose this topic is because people rely so much on everyday things that you forget that you can actually live without it.
For example, Claudia and myself coming to Thailand, life is a lot simpler and you realize that you don't need that TV.
No, my kitchen consists of a kettle. That's that.
She doesn't even have a fridge.
Nothing. And I make do.
Yeah. So throughout the show tonight, we're going to tell you what are the things people cannot live without, including what boys cannot live without and what girls cannot live without.
And of course, in general.
But before we get into that, we're going to play you our next song,
which is This Love by will.i.am featuring Eva Simons.
That song is Mr. Saxobeat by Alexandra Stan.
Some things I can't live without is my phone, YouTube, and biltong. How about you, Joe?
Mine would have to be my laptop, Oros, and peanut butter.
Why are those things so important to you, though?
Well, Oros and peanut butter is just personal choice. But the laptop, obviously, the high-speed internet, you need that these days.
Yeah, that's the same with me and my phone.
It literally keeps you up to date with the world,
yes,
and your family and your friends. Keeps life interesting.
It's good to know what goes on back home.
So things girls can't live without would be what?
I think there are a lot of girls out there that the first thing they would mention is either their hairdryer or their GHD.
Oh yeah. The hair dryer not so much, but yeah, the hair straightener, that is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And obviously, it goes without saying, sales, fashion, shoes, handbags, the list goes on. And I am a shoe fanatic.
Yeah, I think all girls are shoe fanatics though. I think it's a difficult one to let go of. I mean, in Thailand, I think I brought one pair of wedges.
Yeah, I left all my shoes at home. That was extremely depressing.
All we wear is flip-flops or pumps. There's no time for heels in Thailand. It just shows we've gone without it for a year.
Girls also have a huge interest in friends, love, boyfriends, etc.
All those things.
And don't forget the wine. That is going to the top of my list. Sorry, Oros. Wine in South Africa is great. So yeah, really missing the wine from back home. Another one I would add to that list is sleep. Sleep is a huge hobby of mine. I love sleep.
I love it too. And because girls like knowing what's going on, girls cannot live without Facebook, Yahoo, MSN Messenger, G-Talk,
Twitter, YouTube. Girls have to know what's going on, so it's very difficult for girls to not have those things, I would think. Especially because girls always like to be in the middle of drama, right?
Just like last week's show.
Yeah. Okay, so before we give all girls' secrets away, our next song.
We Run the Night by Havana Brown featuring Pitbull. Chris Brown, Don't Wake Me Up.
And now to move on to things that boys cannot live without.
On top of the list is beer,
And sport, together.
followed by red meat.
But that's not all boys,
No,
right?
I don't suppose so, but mostly South African boys.
Yeah, red meat. We've got an X-rated one. Girls, boobs, and sex.
Yes, boys, you cannot hide from the truth, because when we were doing research for this show, we discovered that those three that Joe just mentioned were actually part of the top 5. Awkward.
Ooh, another one. Bromance.
Damn, boys and their bromances. Joe, for people that don't know, what is a bromance?
I'm not going to give that one a definition, Claudia. Maybe you should.
For those of you that would like to know what a bromance is, it can be compared to a type of special friendship that two girls, best friends, share with each other. That same friendship would be called a bromance between two guys. It's just a really, really good friendship, and it's got a cool ring to it.
I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but we'll leave it at that.
That's when you get to the bro code.
Signing out. Boys also have their toys. For instance, their PlayStation,
Computers,
cell phones,
fishing rods. It says so on Men's Health.
and all the little hobbies that go in between.
Yes. So there you have it. Boys are just simple, easygoing.
Far more complicated are us girls. So in conclusion to what people cannot live without, Claudia and I have actually realized that a lot of those things on the list we can actually do without, and life is a lot more simple.
Yeah. Just from traveling we've learned that you don't need all those materialistic things. The few things you will need, like your cell phone and your laptop, I mean those are very good in cases of emergency. But then there are the other things, the luxuries that you can live without.
Well, that's all we have time for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the show. You can drop us an email on mouzee_radio@hotmail.com.
Or you can find us on Facebook, Mouzee Pakdee.
One last thing before we go, we would like to congratulate friends back home.
The two people we want to congratulate are two very special people that have come a long way in our lives.
We'd like to congratulate them on their engagements.
Yay!
The first of our friends. So congratulations to Siobhan and Jeff.
And the next song is especially dedicated to you guys.
We love you.
A lot. Long time.
And the next song is Levels by Avicii. Ciao for now.
Bye.
So that's all we have for Supper Squared tonight.
We really hope you enjoyed the show.
Drop us an email at suppersquared@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Give us ideas. Who knows, you might be...
The idea for the next show.
Yeah. Catch you next week.
Bye.